Hey everyone, Sweet Johnny Cage here, back with another guide for Dark Souls Remastered. This time I'm going to show you the location of all of the sorceries in the game, and this will help you get the Wisdom of a Sage trophy. Just a quick heads up on how this guide is arranged. I will first show you the location of all of these sorceries that are either looted off of corpses or dropped off enemies or anything like that, and then I will go through each sorcery vendor in the game in alphabetical order. So if you're looking for a specific sorcery or a specific vendor, check the timestamps in the description. So without further ado, let's get started. The first spell is Dark Bead. This is not required for the trophy because it's technically a DLC item, but it's on a corpse in the Chasm of the Abyss, right behind a caster in the first section. Next is Dark Fog. This is also not required for the trophy because it's in the DLC, but it can be found on a corpse near the entrance to the Chasm of the Abyss, still technically in Oolacile Township. It's hanging, or the corpse is hanging on a wire near a caster. This is a section you're going to become really familiar with because it's quite difficult. But a lot of times the caster, as it falls, will bring the corpse with it. So many times this corpse is already on the floor, but technically it's hanging from a wire. So the easiest way to get this is to come up onto the rooftop. Don't forget about the twin humanities in the back, and then drop down. And then once you do this, be careful, because there will be a couple of bloatheads just chilling down here who, were here before. Once you kill them, the corpse is right here. If it's not there, just look up, and then you can shoot a bow at it, or an arrow, and it'll come down. Next up is Dark Orb. Again, not required for the trophy, but still available in the DLC section. I have killed all of the enemies here in Oolacile Township, at least the ones up to this spell. It is a little tough to just show you the location and say, here it is, because it's kind of hidden. So what we're going to do is from the bonfire, just head through Oolacile Township, and before you cross over this narrow bridgeway, you want to come over here, and there is a set of stairs that's tucked away back here. This is also the location of the Silver Pendant, which you need, or is recommended to kill Manus. It does deflect all dark magic attacks. So once you're down here, you want to hop down here, and then go into this house. There will be a caster on your right that you want to kill. And you want to go down this set of stairs, and there will be two casters in this room. So be very careful of those. But in this room are two open chests and a closed one, and the closed one has Dark Orb. Next up, we have Great Magic Weapon. This is an Anor Londo. This is required for the trophy, so you do need this. This is not a DLC spell. Up on these rafters that you need to hop onto and traverse in order to get through this area, there is the first painting guardian right here that needs to take care of. There is a chain holding a chandelier here, and if you just hit the chain once, you can drop the chandelier, and then if you head downstairs into the painting room, the corpse will now be accessible to you. So that's Great Magic Weapon. Next up, we have Hush, which can be found in Sen's Fortress. From the staircase where the boulder is rolling down, you want to wait for one to pass, and then run up the staircase. And you can jump off right here and do a plunging attack onto this man-serpent caster. There's a corpse here with a large soul of a proud knight. Then if you go through the archway, or the doorway, you're going to come into a prison cell, and this corpse has the Black Sorcerer set, as well as Hush. Next up we have Pursuers. This is not required for the trophy, but you want to trade the Soul of Manus to Snuggly the Crow in the Northern Undead Asylum. And then once you drop the spell, or the soul, you want to reload your save file, and then upon reloading, the spell Pursuers will be available to you. Alternatively, you can leave and come back, but you do need to fully reload the area. Resting at a bonfire will not do it. So once the trade is successful, Pursuers will be waiting for you in the nest. Next up, we have Remedy. This is found in Blighttown as you're making your exit after killing Quelaag. So you want to come around here, and there is I think these are Chaos Bugs, I think they're called. No, not Chaos Bugs. I can't remember the name of those enemies. But you want to kill them, and the mosquitoes, and there will be a toxic dart shooter sort of aiming for you, so you got to run across this platform kind of as quickly as you can without getting hit with toxic. So carefully walk across these branches, and then there will be another one of these bugs. So go ahead and kill that, and then you can see a corpse in the distance there. And next to this corpse will be a chest. So this corpse has the Crimson set, or the Sealers set, and then in this chest is the Sorcery Remedy. So it's a little tough to get, and be careful of the mosquitoes behind you. Next up, we have Strong Magic Shield. This is found in Duke's Archives. Once you have access to the rotating staircase in the back section of the archive, you want to head up the staircase. There will be a channeler up top, and you're going to get very familiar with that channeler because if you're trying to get the hidden weapons trophy or the rare weapons trophy, you're going to need to kill him a lot for the trident. But to the right of that channeler will be a chest tucked into this little section here, and inside of this chest is Strong Magic Shield. With all of those spells out of the way that you can loot off of corpses or out of chests, it's now time to visit the vendors. The first one we're going to cover is Dusk of Oolacile. Dusk can be found in Darkroot Basin after you kill the Hydra. After killing the Hydra, you want to move into the cave at the other end of the basin, past where the Hydra was, and as long as you reload your save file, a gold crystal golem will be in here. Upon killing the gold crystal golem, Dusk of Oolacile will pop out of the giant crystal that was on its shoulder. After Dusk pops out, you want to speak with her and exhaust her dialogue, and then she will go away. After that, a summon sign will appear, even if you are undead. You don't have to be human for it to show up, but a summon sign will become available to you right where the Hydra was. So it's also near, I think this is the leather set, or one of the starting sets of one of the player classes. Dusk of Oolacile will sell you Cast Light, Chameleon, Hidden Body, Hidden Weapon, and Repair, but if you're doing the DLC, Dusk will become unavailable for a period of time until you defeat Manus. In this case, what you want to do instead is speak with Elizabeth, who can be found in the Sanctuary Garden, and she will sell you the same set of spells that Dusk did. So if you've lost access to Dusk temporarily, just speak with Elizabeth and she acts as the same exact vendor. But you need to rescue Dusk in order to even access Elizabeth, so it's, half a dozen in one hand, 6 in the other. Next up, we're going to talk about Griggs of Vinheim. First, Griggs needs to be rescued from the lower Undead Burg, and in order to do that, we first need to get the residence key from the Undead Merchant, seen here. You can either purchase it from him, or you can kill him for it. Either way, you need the key. And then once you have the key, you're going to go to the lower Undead Burg, which is the area where you fight the Capra Demon. And if you sort of turn around once you get down there, you will find a house where Griggs is begging for help. So this is sort of the shortcut method to do it. You will have to open this door from the lower Undead Burg. But beware, because once you come down here, there will be some dogs, and if you go too far, there will be some assassins that try to jump you. But you have to actually get to this area from the Hellkite Bridge first. This is the door that you can hear Griggs from the other side of. You're going to use the residence key to open it, and then you just have to speak with him until you exhaust his dialogue, and after that he will move to Firelink Shrine, where he will await the arrival of Big Hat Logan, who we'll cover later. Griggs only sells Aural, Decoy, and Fall Control as his unique spells. Everything else is either sold by Logan, Rickert of Vinheim, who we're not even going to cover in this guide, or it's found on a corpse. So that's Griggs, and next up is Ingward, the Sealer. Ingward can be found in New Londo Ruins. You have to speak with him in order to fight the 4 kings and drain the rest of New Londo Ruins, but he sells one spell and one spell only, and that is Resist Curse. Like I said, you must speak with Ingward in order to drain New Londo Ruins and gain access to the boss. But if you haven't done that already, just go into the big ghost house and then use the ladder to climb up the chimney, and then Ingward is on the other side, and he will give you the key to the seal, as long as you have killed Great Grey Wolf Sif. If you decide to speak with him after killing 4 kings, he will not sell you the spell right away, but instead he will move to Firelink Shrine after you speak with him. This is sort of a hidden interaction that everybody forgets about. But here, he will sell you Resist Curse as well as any transient curses that you wish to purchase, and this will be his final sort of standing place. You can kill him here if you like, but you want to purchase Resist Curse first. The final sorcery vendor that we need to speak about is Big Hat Logan. He has a really long quest line that begins in Sen's Fortress. So what you want to do is once you reach the outside portion of Sen's Fortress, jump the gap on the big bridge, and then once in the next building, you want to walk all the way down the staircase, kill this man-serpent caster, and behind the caster will be a corpse with the cage key on it. This is the key to the shortcut cage, but it also opens Logan's cell. In order to get to Logan's cell, however, you want to return to the rolling boulder staircase, and then right where we found Hush before, we're now going to go up the stairs and through this prison cell. And then we're going to go through this doorway, down this staircase, and then up this staircase to the boulder mechanism. What we want to do is we want to turn the switch so it's pointing outwards, and then it will send a boulder down the big staircase we just came up. Once that happens, turn the switch in another direction. I recommend sending it just straight through the back, this way you don't have to worry about it. And then you want to go all the way downstairs, and that boulder will have broken open a wall. There is another way to do this by using the man-serpent who is sleeping against this wall to sort of use his big great axe to break it for you. I'm not very good at it though, but that's another way to do it. But this is Big Hat Logan, so using the cage key we can let him out, and then he will move to Firelink Shrine. However, it's not done yet. What we need to do next is in the Duke's Archives. Once we get thrown in prison, we can find Big Hat Logan at the very bottom in a big cell. Once we find him there, we can go to the room in Duke's Archives where the staircase to the Crystal Cave and the Crystal Forest is, and there's a chest there with the cell key to Logan's cell, the Archive Tower Giant Cell Key. Once you open Logan's cell, go ahead and talk to him, and then he will relocate to the very close to the room where we found the key. He is now in this room to the left here. And forgive me, my footage is a little dark here, but he'll be sitting in this corner studying all of Seath's sorceries, and he has also found the key to Seath's immortality. But what we're going to do now is we're going to purchase all of his spells, which include Crystal Magic Weapon, Crystal Soul Spear, Homing Crystal Soulmass, as well as everything else that Griggs of Vinheim sells. Once we purchase these spells, and then once we also kill Seath the Scaleless, we can return to Big Hat Logan, speak with him one more time, and we'll realize that he's starting to go a little insane. If we reload our save file at this point, after speaking with him, he will disappear. And what happens now is pretty interesting, and the only way to get White Dragon Breath is to purchase all of his spells while he's in Duke's Archives, and then kill Seath, speak with him so we know he goes mad, reload the save file, and then you want to go back to where you fought Seath the Scaleless the first time. And since Seath is dead, he's no longer in this room, but instead Logan will be here. And we have to kill Logan in this room in order to get White Dragon Breath. This is the only way to get it. I will say that the wiki is a little unclear, and I've never actually tested this, but I don't think you can kill him while he's sort of sitting in the archives after killing Seath. I don't think he'll drop White Dragon Breath there. I think you have to kill him here in order to get it. But you need to come to this room anyway to get the Crystal Ember. But Logan will be in here. He's very weak, but his spells are incredibly strong, so you gotta be very careful. Once you kill him, you can get White Dragon Breath, and that should be your final sorcery. Don't forget, I don't have footage of this because I actually forgot this, but if you return to the room where he was sitting while he was a vendor here in Duke's Archives, the rest of his armor set will be in a chest there. So don't forget to do that in case you want to do a Logan build. But that's it. That is all of the sorcery locations in Dark Souls Remastered. Any spells that you find in the DLC areas are optional in terms of the trophy, so don't feel like you have to go through those areas in order to get the trophy. It's totally optional. That applies for both the original version, Prepare to Die edition, as well as Remastered. Luckily, a lot of these spells are just sort of locked behind vendors, and they have pretty cool quest lines, so it's a fun way to get these spells, I find. They will cost you a lot of souls, so be sure you have a lot on hand. Otherwise, you're going to have to do some farming, especially for Logan's. You'll notice that we did not cover Rickert of Vinheim in this guide, and that's for the simple reason that he doesn't sell anything unique. Anything he sells, Griggs sells or Logan sells, so there's really no point in visiting him. But if you want, he is the magic blacksmith in this game, so feel free to visit him if you like. But that's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll do my best to help you out. If you're looking for more guides for Dark Souls Remastered, please subscribe to the channel so you get alerted when new guides go live. If you're interested in supporting the channel monetarily, please consider becoming a channel member by clicking the blue join button below this video. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and on Twitch, and as always, I'm Sweet Johnny Cage. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.